Since you're going live, yeah. Okay. There's like nothing on it either. Like I went to pictures, it's got like a picture that I put on it. Like everything's gone on it. Weird. That is real weird. Hey Steve. It is weird. Okay, but I think it's going now.
Yeah.
We're going now, so you can probably slide the Shell logo in and then.
Just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I guess I have to click back onto the actual program itself, but what do I Tyler? Oh, there we go. I'm trying, but there we go. Oh, because the mouse wasn't on the right screen, that's why. Are we already on? Are they just waiting to start? Huh. Oh, the sound wasn't going?
Just if you're recording that. Yeah, so you can slide that in now. And then stay on there until I say go.
Alright. I'll load up camera 4. Alright. I'll try to be a good director.
Well, I was once like you, all the
Always gotta get the battle shot. I'll go back to 4, and I guess we'll beat Pete. What a crisp shot. I'm on 4 if you want to do it.
The pizza, the real music for the show, Rooster Dave Cheddar. And tickle the skins behind him. Who's that? The Socino teaser for infecting the first tickler. Good behind you, everybody. And over there on the far side, that's our lead guitar player. That's Steven Rosen Jr., everybody. Let's hear it for him. And I guess tonight's doing it all. He's going to be our bartender. He's our bass player. And that makes him automatically our boss. Let's bring him back to talk, everyone. And I'm the host of the show. 2 times. President's Club Award winner. He's a everybody. And they sleep and they sit down. The show gets beginning. Yeah, you guys feel good about it?
Pete for a bit.
I thought even the warm up right before,
We'll stick
usually when
on
you have,
Mr.
I thought
Pete.
it sounded
Should I
pretty
go
good.
to the 2 shot at
I
all?
thought that was it.
Without anybody on the count?
You were happy to have another shot at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was decent.
But I was thinking that was good, and that's usually a bad sign when the one right before the live one is good.
Yeah.
Usually means the live one's going to just fall apart and
Usually we
become
blow it.
what we like to call the evolution baby of the Nocturnal Emissions set. Or, you know, that's a historical bomb.
You say that, I can't see unless it's plugged in.
Charter. You never even spoke to me about
I've
it.
been trying to block it out.
He's looking away from you.
You have never even spoke to me about it. You said to me, you looked me in the eyes and you said, I'll take care of you. Don't worry, Pete. Just watch my hands. I'll take care of you.
Dude,
So you can move that
you
in.
sing it, I'll take care of the rest. Isn't that what I said?
I don't believe what you said. But you still had to
Yeah.
take care of the rest. You didn't even do that little wonk thing to tell me when to do evolution, baby.
I didn't deliver on any of my promises.
No.
Wish
You
camera
left me
3
with
was
my-
working.
Just sitting there with my cock in my hand. I look like a complete asshole
Oh,
on that
that was
show.
live. That's
You're
okay.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. I guess I might have had it coming, eh?
Yeah, you might as well.
6 years of
Actually,
embarrassing you on this
100%.
show.
Yeah,
Some
100.
may say.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
put that
that
on
was
there right
the
now.
one thing though. I didn't mention it because Dave always
Okay.
says, "Hey,
Oh,
you
the-
listen to all
can you
of
go
the
up a
mean
little
things
bit,
you
though?
did to me over the years, but you,
No,
you
you cut
didn't
off his head.
mention
Camera
that
3.
you glued Michael's mustache
Moving
onto
up
my face."
slightly.
And I was like, that wasn't what I did to you. That was a bet that
That's
you
much
lost
better,
fair
thank
and
you.
square. We had 2 impartial judges with that one. I could have easily been wearing Mike's mustache.
I logged a protest and I've yet to see the result
Yeah.
of my.
I'm on camera 3.
I think the fix was in.
No flickering yet.
You think
This
that
one
was a
seems to be
fixed
okay.
thing from the beginning?
It was rigged.
You're the only person that actually would have went through with it, though. That's the truth. I think I don't know if we could have expected the same. I would have probably done it begrudgingly, like you did.
I saw the look.
But you
in-
seem like you enjoy it. You seem to enjoy it a little
I saw
bit.
the look in
Camera
my
3's
face,
flickering a
which drives me
little
twisting
bit.
my mustache
I'll
with
try
those
to
rubber clean
stay
flow
off of
gloves and smelling it.
I'm
I saw
on
the-
Charters.
I saw the look in his eyes.
Or your camera, camera
He
1.
knew who had the best mustache, and yet he voted against me. So I don't know what kind of agreement you had before the show, but
I think that's a crock of shit. You're calling out my integrity as the host of the show and a competitor in that competition. You know, I think that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, if you believe that, then would you go into another contest
Okay.
on this show with me?
you Tanya Hardinged me. That's what you did.
No, that would be
I'm
like
Nancy Kerrigan in that one.
that would like be if I put Nair in your mustache wax. You know, that's a Tanya Harding,
Good thing I had it locked up.
right? I didn't do anything like that. you're talking about me doing like a Don King or like getting the judges to like, you know, pull a fast one, doing like a FIFA World Cup.
You take him out.
Hopefully the
you
viewers
wind
at
him
home will
down,
think the
and
flickering's their own
Huh?
computer,
then
not
you
us.
get tested.
The judge was
Good,
Tyler
very good.
Shazma, our talented director.
Shazma is a mustache lifer. Obviously, he knew whose mustache was the best, so I'm not gonna look at him. And he's a man. He's not related to you in any way. I don't think you could sway his opinion.
Oh, you're just putting it all on Ryan Vandenbush.
Well, mostly you.
You think that I would have used my brother-in-law to get me favors? He doesn't
Very
even
good.
like me.
Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna smash my knee on the desk.
No, your mustache is, it's because the color of it, it's too blonde.
They would have that.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like, so it's so dark.
I got a nice dark, it's like a forest of Tom Selleck, yeah.
It's hard to beat Mike in a mustache contest. That's why we haven't gone back to it.
Two.
It's just so
It
dense.
comes back fast.
And it's black and stuff, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of space between.
Yeah, between your lip.
Yeah.
Okay, number one.
He's got a good I like to call that
You guys are going
nice,
through on the
what do you call that? An easel?
Like a
Like
nice
a-
platform.
Like a nice canvas.
Nice canvas.
A nice
for a
canvas for a mustache, yeah.
Well, that's the long ones grow in, eh? Can be tricky at times.
Uh-uh.
That old thing.
That old chestnut. I could hear that we're coming through. That was good. So I was hoping that it wasn't that because we'd have to start all over again, play that song a third time. But what were we talking about before that?
Mustaches.
Mustache. Oh yeah, nice
And
canvas.
conspiracies.
Nothing's plugged in this place. You must be picking it up on the
Yeah,
radio.
well that's bullshit, Dave. You lost fair and square. You know that
Let's go to the audio
you have the
side.
most commitment
Hey,
to a
OBS?
mustache. So if it was a long-term contest, like what are you looking at?
Number one.
No. You know what? I put it on a piece of double-sided tape on the old garage door of the pool shed, right? And I was looking at it the other day thinking, like, can I peel that off and just stick it up somewhere? But then I'm thinking I gotta get the health department in here. And
I just don't understand.
I already got one of your mustaches in a jar up there. I'm not gonna tell anyone because I don't want to tip off the health department. But that's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. That was a gift from my friend. You motherfuckers. Who gives a mustache in a jar as a gift? Have you ever received one? Have you, Brandon,
That's
ever
never
received a
happened
mustache in a jar?
Nothing new to them.
Yeah. Tyler used to collect the mustaches in jars. No big deal. Yeah, Tyler,
Check 1, 2.
man, he's got a love for mustaches I've never seen before. It's unprecedented, really. Anyways, we have to do a bit of a sports break before we get to talk to our guest and do a segment that you know what we're calling it. But let's do that sports break with Steve.
We're talking about cops and balls, scores and ball. We're talking about cops
Black magic.
Steve's knowledge.
That's so weird.
Steve's knowledge of sport.
I'm embarrassed. now.
So very limited.
Okay, you're on. This is your segment now. But Steve,
maybe
you
this
came
one's
in
two, maybe you're both
when
on
you
one.
started with this program live from the Dutch Hall. You were completely not. You didn't know piss from paint when it
It's
came
like,
to sports.
These aren't
Is that-
hooked into this in any way. So how is that working?
yeah, but last week you shone. You knew what that guy was. Didn't get pushed that hard. And he's making a fuss about nothing. Well, what do you know this week about sports, Steve?
All right, this week in sports is all related to Fish. Fish is on tour, and last night, the second night of their
That makes
tour
no
opener
fucking
was a double shot in St. Louis.
Oh.
So I know for a fact that they won the cup, or they won last night's game.
Nailed it.
And it's all Fish related.
Yeah, that is true. Fish saves the day. And it
No, you
turns
didn't
out,
do it.
this
You
is,
didn't
I'm
do
going to show you a little
anything
backstory about hockey here. This is what I learned about the playoffs this year.
How?
Okay? In St. Louis, there's this little girl.
Voices coming through.
All right.
And it's picking up all of the the echoes from.
She's been going through a lot of stuff with her
So
sick
weird,
illness. And you know what? She loves the St. Louis Blues, right? She watched, there was a video of her associated in her struggle with
He's never
cancer,
done
with
that
the
before.
Blues trying to get the Stanley Cup. If you didn't cry, you're a piece of garbage, Steve.
Pretty much.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next day, so I'm like, if anyone cheers for Boston, they're horrible. after watching what that girl, you want the girl to be happy, right? The goddamn girl's gone through so much. I'm cheering for St. Louis. Well, the next day, the fist bump kid makes an appearance in Boston. You ever see the fist bump kid? No. Not only does this boy have a Down syndrome, but he's also suffered from cancer as well. And been a long time Bruins supporter. And there's a picture of him when he was just a little gaffer, giving every single member of the Bruins a fist bump, and it went viral. It became the fist bump.
Like everything on this computer,
Boston
like
put
all
that
our
up.
settings were fucked.
And now I'm like, oh.
So like I don't
struggle. Who do I cheer for now in Game 7? This is a real dilemma. I still cheered for the girl, and so afterwards I see the girl. She's holding a cup. She's kissing the cup. She's crying. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then I'm waiting to see the fist bump kid bawling for 2 weeks, right? No one shows that.
Nope. Not a good day for him.
I want to see that too. I mean, that's the other part of sports, right? Is that this kid thought this was going to make all his struggles worthwhile, and it just wasn't.
Is there a
enough.
mic on
Pretty much the
here?
whole city of Boston.
Is there a mic anywhere else?
Yeah, fuck, you can't win everything.
Yeah.
It's good that you lose once in a while. That's what I say. Boston. Fist bump kid, you know, was he alive 8 years ago?
Yeah,
This is 8 years ago.
I just like because they're not the headsets aren't plugged in anything, so it's got to be a radio frequency.
Yeah. Oh, who cares? Fist bump kid, you're sad right now. I feel sorry for you, but that's the point. Don't watch a bunch of sports or waste your time. And
That's what Steve said.
yeah, that's what Steve says.
Sports break with Steve.
But there's also another game to talk about, and that's the game the innocent player playing it right now as we speak. We're doing a good Canadian service by not watching a basketball game because we're
Third
great.
quarter.
Can I
What's
kill
the score,
that?
Dave?
Wanna see what happens?
It's 78-76 Warriors is what I got right now, but I think
It's a very close game. I'll tell you what's going to happen, so you don't have to bother watching it. But I'll give a prediction.
83-79 now.
Yeah, I don't. It's going to be changed by the second. You can't give us every goal, and or basket.
No, field goal. You're right.
Field goal. Yeah, that's what I meant. Of course. But what was I going to say? Raptors. They're going to lose. They're going to lose tonight, and they're going to lose Game 7 as well.
Wow.
The Warriors win the championship. Toronto. That's all I got to say. What?
No way.
Well, what they did was they angered the. Do you know what they did to deserve it?
Sure, what?
No, not sure what. I'm asking you. It's your sports break.
Well, I was going to go a different direction, but let's hear what
Did
you
the
guys
fish board say anything about the Toronto fans? What they did to that guy that got hurt? Huh?
Oh, are you talking about the guy got booed? He got hurt and they booed?
Oh, Steve.
No, they
nailed it.
cheered.
Oh, they cheered. Opposite of boo.
Yeah, obviously, but it was close. That was pretty
That's
good.
pretty close.
They cheered. They were happy that he got injured. They were happy that he was had a very bad injury, right? Because it meant it improved the odds for their team, right? What that is just cold-hearted city people, man. I'm telling you right there. You just looked at that person like he was a fucking object, not like he was a human being. God damn it. That guy's got a heart too.
That's what the guys after the game were saying.
Huh?
His teammates, like, they just look at us as objects.
Yeah.
They're pissed.
Yeah, there it's true.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Complain about the United States women soccer team cheering? Huh?
Steve is on fucking fire over there.
I don't even know that one. Can you tell me that
I
one?
nailed it. That's exactly right.
What happened?
Hey,
So-
let me tell a story.
Yeah, that's Steve.
Oh yeah, Steve.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
You know the whole thing?
I know the whole thing. So, U.S. women's soccer team playing against Thailand.
Oh yeah, they killed him.
They fucking killed them 9-0. And then the last goal comes in, and they do this big fucking celebration. There's like a lesbian scissor kicking moment for no good reason at all. It's crazy. And now the whole community thinks the USA is terrible for.
Which community?
What's a lesbian?
Canada.
What's a lesbian scissor kick?
It's quite a move.
You should see it.
How is it lesbian? Like what? How is it? How is it quintessentially a lesbian scissor kick? That's what I don't
Because
understand.
it was done to the rest of the team, right? Like she ran up to the team and then did this crazy move on the ground to the whole team.
She was like doing a
clapping
crotch, some sort of crotch thrusting celebration with her teammates.
That's right.
Oh, and because they were ladies as well, that's why I became a lesbian. branded lesbian, right?
That's right.
By Steve.
By Steve.
By our sports expert.
This segment's really building.
Oh,
It's
it's
getting
so
some
good.
legs, man. It's
He's
getting
not
some.
wrong either.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
I didn't even know about that one. Canada won.
Did we? Oh yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah, it's not a bad. I love watching the World Cup. You know what my favorite part about watching the Ladies World Cup is? It's actually the same thing, but I like the Ladies World Cup when they play the national anthem and they go and they show each one of their faces
Right up close.
right up close, and then you get a real good look at what their country looks like, right? And you get a feel for like what their lady athletes are about, right? So I'm watching like Norway line up against South Africa, right? Get this. South Africa's first World Cup ever, right?
Okay.
First World Cup ever. Everyone's black on the team except for one person, right? The captain. Can you believe the balls of that? With all the apartheid and everything, and then they have one white lady on the team, and she's their captain, right?
The leader.
Yeah, she's a Dutch girl or something, Van Wyk, right?
yeah.
But apparently she's a legendary soccer player, and this was her first time ever getting to make the World Cup. So that maybe they just let the white girl on because no white girls in South Africa are good enough to make it. That's what I'm thinking.
It's rough.
But anyways, nobody had weaves on that team. Nobody had weaves, right? That's what I'm saying on South Africa. Where you go to Nigeria versus Norway, Nigeria, all weaves.
Full team.
Full team.
Starting
Nails
11 week.
did. Nails did.
Oh,
Huh? Nigeria, fancy. I get that picture because I watched the national anthem. Nigeria is a fancier country than South Africa. You get it? See what I do? I learn. I learn about the world by watching sports. That's what I like about it. But sometimes we got to send a person from our show, like yourself, Michael. Like sometimes we send David. We sent you around. Well, sometimes we have to send another person that's a friend of the show around the world in order that they can live a life that we don't want to live. And we're going to get, or that we can't. You know, we have to live a boring life like charters, right? Like you got to just go to work, run after your kids, worry about buying food for them, preparing food for them, cleaning up the food after, you know.
To sports.
Drive to more shit, take a bath or whatever, right? You take a bath sometimes?
No.
Shower?
Quick showers. I have a lot of time.
Oh, you're a man on the go. Oh, yeah, master of industry. Anyways, we're going to talk to this guy right after a segment we call Feedback. We got feedback. Sorry, brother.
We got feedback. It's feedback. Motherfucking feedback.
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's segment is brought to you, as always, by our friends at Amazon. If you go to our website, click on the Amazon banner, you can do your Father's Day shopping if you'd like to.
It's not too late.
Not too late. If you don't see those banners, because you got ad blockers on, you motherfuckers.
Turn them off.
Yeah, shut them off. Is that
You
so
got
much?
Amazon Prime tomorrow morning. You're listening to this. It's Friday morning. They will deliver by Father's Day.
Yep.
If you
Really?
buy the right gift, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they'll do it.
What's the right gift for you, Dave? Father's Day.
A mustache.
Anything else ever is a mug that I got from one of my kids, and it's like hand painted and then glazed, and I drink my coffee in it every morning. I've been doing that for years.
Like
It's the
he
best.
made it out of in a kiln?
No. The cup was like the mug was already made. He just painted it.
Oh,
by
okay.
hand, glazed it, and it's my everyday coffee cup.
Oh, yeah?
Love it.
What's it say on it?
It says nothing.
What's the
There's
picture of?
There's a black. There's like some colors on it and a black happy face, in like kindergarten paint.
He was in kindergarten at the time?
No, like grade 6.
Ooh. Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
You dropped him in kindergarten. Is that
it's
a...
kindergarten.
No, sorry, what?
But I've been drinking out of it for years, and it's starting to get a couple chips. I'm worried, but I love that thing.
So
It owes me nothing, that mug, you know, and I owe it nothing.
It hasn't been beat, eh?
Hasn't been beat? That's the best gift you got?
Absolute best. I use it every day, a couple times on the weekend.
Well, that's a good one.
Yep.
Steve, you're a great impregnator.
It's true.
What do you hope to get Or what was your all-time favorite Father's Day gift? I need to know.
My favorite one, one of my kids brought home a popsicle frame, like a popsicle picture frame with a picture of them inside. And at the bottom, it says Happy Father's Day, but there's an awkward pause in the spelling of father. So we celebrate Happy
Fat
Hers Day.
Fat Hers Day.
Hers Day.
That is kind of like demoralizing in a way, Steve, eh?
No.
You just say, I'm not that. Like, so you're fat and feminine. They're calling you Fat Her.
I took it as a term of endearment, but.
Oh, see, I would take it as a grave insult, eh?
Yeah, it's Irish. We're the McGrail clan, right?
I got a picture of a woodpecker painted from my daughter that I got up in the office there. I would look at it every day, too. It's great. It says Happy Father's Day. It's my favorite bird.
Sounds like it's the simple things.
Pilated. Yeah, you want what it is? Didn't cost any of us any money for any of that shit. That's the truth.
That's a win.
Right? And we truly like when someone just thinks about us and does something nice for us, because as fathers, nobody does nice stuff for you most of the time, you know? The day of the father is over, my friends. When my dad was young and our father, he was the king of the castle, right?
Yep.
The good stuff went to him. Now the good stuff goes to the kids, man. When are they going to leave? God damn it. I want the good stuff, finally. You know the good stuff? Like the cookies? So you're like, who bought that? Don't eat that. That's for, you know.
Those are your father's cookies. Don't touch them.
Now I'm the father. I want the cookies, you know, that nobody can touch. But those are the kids' cookies. Don't touch them.
That's totally how it was in the fridge, eh? Don't touch that.
Yeah. Yeah, don't, and like, before, like, even when you had to watch TV, could you ask what to watch?
Don't even think about asking.
Yeah, if you want a backhand.
Just shut your mouth if you know what's
Shut
good
your
for
mouth
you.
and look at whatever your dad likes to watch.
It's mostly Star Trek for me.
Oh, really?
Why do you think I like hockey so much? Because that was my other choice. It was fucking awesome when hockey came on.
Hey, it's not some fucking robot alien
Worf
thing.
with a weird forehead is not on right now. Thank fucking God.
Yeah, I never get that stuff, man. I don't like fantasy. Like, I don't like pretending that there's dragons and shit.
Game of Thrones no good for you.
I never watched it in my life. I have no interest in it. Same with those fucking Lord of the Rings movies. Never watched one of them. I don't care.
Fair enough.
Don't care
Not
at
for
all.
everybody.
Yeah, but I don't even like those superhero movies, like the comic book movies.
So no movies.
Now, no movies. I don't know. They don't make anything but those things. I just keep falling asleep when they start fighting because it seems the same thing all the time to me.
Blurry.
I watched, I'm just so bored of movies.
Yeah, it seems like they're.
But I do like to pretend that I'm not one of those guys like Charters who likes to watch porno and wish he was one of those guys with a huge cock, right? I like to watch porno and know that I could be banging that girl because look at this guy's little dick banging that girl. Mine's bigger than his. I would be better at this than him, right? That's the way I like to watch porn. Charters
That's
the
not where
opposite.
I thought you were going when you said I'm not one of these guys like Chargers. I thought you were going somewhere else.
What? It wasn't? Okay. We got to get on with this feedback, man. Also, I like to talk about NORPAC. Oh, Steve is on fire today. And also, Van Dyke Party Services, if this is Father's Day, and on Saturday, if you are looking to book Van Dyke Party Services, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we're busy.
We're busy.
You can suck it.
Guess what we're doing? We're having our own Father's Day party, and it doesnn't include any of you motherfuckers.
No, it's going to be awesome.
But if you would have paid us any other day, we could have had a great Father's Day party, and it would have been better than yours too, because you would have had between 5 and 29 Van Dyke First Cousins that we would have sent you, and all it would have cost you was $100 of cold hard cash, plus all of our expenses, which would have been very dear. Mm-hmm. But if you weren't 100% satisfied, that was the best Father's Day you've ever fucking been to. We would have returned that $100, but those expenses, they've run through our bodies, and potentially yours. Van Dyke Party Services.
Fucking roasted pig, and don't live your life in regret.
Brought to you by our good friends at Clean Flow. Yep, what up, Clean Flow? And so our first piece of feedback comes to you from a listener who lives on an island in the middle of the water, like most islands, I suppose. And
Yep.
He's called the Oversized Samoan on iTunes. They gave us some feedback on iTunes. Oversized Samoan. This one he entitles Dutch Hall, 5 stars. He says, this podcast just gets better and better. The Dutch Hall is funny, topical in the late night talk show format, great fun every Thursday from the Oversized Samoan.
Sounds like a good guy. Hello,
It does sound like a good guy. A new listener, perhaps. Maybe just an old listener, first time giving us some feedback. But either way, a delight to deal with, Oversized Samoan. Welcome aboard, and I'm really happy to meet you. I think that's a way to use iTunes for the betterment of everybody. Right? Next. Next piece of feedback we have comes to you from Facebook. This one comes in the form of a recommendation. 5 stars. That's what he gave. That comes highly recommended. Who did it, you might ask? Yep. Well, let me read it. I'll do it as a big unveiling at the end. This is what the review is. 5 stars. All you have to do is listen one time.
One time.
That's it. That's what this guy says. We're the Lay's Potato Chips, a podcast, according to, and now it says Barbara Van Dyke here, but I know damn well that's Willie Van Dyke that wrote that. And I'm going to give you an early Father's Day gift, Willie. You're the listener of the week.
Oh, you're the listener of the week. This is your week. It's your week, Uncle Will.
Yeah, Willie.
Hey, Willie. Steve's waving.
So there's only two. There's only two people we still need to talk to. One of them is our very own. Oh, we have 3. We have all of our people that have theme songs. Who should we go to first?
Choices?
Do you want to roll the dice? Let's start with Cookie Lady. Because then I can talk about all the rest of it.
While you're eating. All the clots. We love the cookies. We love Susie. Keep the cookies coming. It's a bum clot, a ras clot, pussy clot, all the clots. Keep the cookies coming, keep them coming, Susie. The Dutch Hall just wants to thank you. Thanks, Susie.
Sorry. Last week, Lori Ball gave a challenge. She said she thinks she wanted to know if the Cookie Lady, Susan B., who's one of the greatest things ever to happen to this show.
Oh, sure is.
She said, "Can you make a Dutch cookie, a specula? You know, like a windmill cookie?" Well, that's like impossible. I've never known anyone. Have you known anyone? You're Dutch. You're Dutch all around. Even married Dutch to a pure Dutch. Have you ever known anyone made a homemade specula?
I've had many homemade Dutch things, never a specula.
Anyhow,
No.
very difficult is what I'm saying. Normally, very difficult. This has been this. So when Lori said that, I'm like, Lori, are you out of your mind?
That sounds bananas.
That's bananas go cuckoo.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. What Susan B. did, she didn't take it like any kind of a joke. She took it like, this is a serious challenge. Are you questioning my ability as the cookie sponsor of this program? So what she did was she went right to work. And now I cannot believe the amount of work she did. Sample cookie. I bow in defeat, she says. She said she did not accomplish her goal.
Okay.
I says, I bow in defeat, not prepared, the right ingredients. Sorry, Lori, we'll try again. But she gave, look at this, Michael. I can't even believe it. This is how close she came.
Oh my God, it's got a windmill in it even. You gotta show that to the camera.
It even has a windmill in it.
Jesus, she went leaps and bounds.
This is out of control. In the other bag, look at this.
Like the detail in that cookie is just unbelievable. What do we got
Those are
here?
cookies.
I think she what do you call that, Dave? Tool and died a fucking thing. A windmill.
She 3D print that?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, Lori, she didn't take this as any joke when she's making this. It's out of steel.
Solid.
Solid steel. But what she did, because she's dealing in the ginger, is she gave us some nice ginger snaps.
Oh, yes.
And I'll tell you something right now. Pass those around. Give a nice whiff before, though, of the whole bucket. Give a nice whiff of the whole bucket.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
That's a delight.
Oh. Anyways, I want to save this for Lori. I want Lori to see that.
Yeah, that is unbelievable.
We're not going to be
Susan,
eating
you've
it.
outdone yourself.
Outdone yourself again, Susan. And so, what does this one say?
You got notes over there.
Oh, Kevin made them. Kevin, how'd you get these made? Did you have to go to a blacksmith?
No, so
Incredible.
they started in circles, and I was just a flathead screwdriver and a hammer.
Oh, that's
and
it?
just very carefully, just.
Are you
bent it
kidding
into
us right
shape.
now?
No.
He bashed it until it made a windmill.
What? He whittled it out of beechwood.
Yeah. Give me a ring of metal and I'll bash it until it's a windmill. And that's the kind of stuff that the Belanges do together as a family in order to, when they get challenged by Van Dyke.
Oh my God.
And they're not going to bow in defeat ever. And I see the resolve in both their eyes.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. I can't believe that Lori had the balls to ask for something so ridiculous. Thank you. Did everybody get
And
some?
they just made it happen.
Anyway, that's fantastic. So, you know what? Not only do we have a cookie sponsor, but we also have a cheese sponsor. She's our good friend, the Cheese Lady. Let's check on her.
Oh, checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always having fun. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. She's always on the run. Checking on the cheese lady, on the cheese lady, checking on the cheese lady. Teresa, what you done? What have you done this week, Teresa?
Teresa from the Second Mouse in Delhi, she gave us some feedback on the Podbean app. She says, Soccer Dan, as she's calling him, quote unquote.
Oh, damn.
The Soccer Dan date is making me worry, especially if I need to wear tactical dog training gear. LOL.
Phone books, even.
Yeah. And I don't know if that has anything to do with Dan's soccer love. It's
No.
more to do with his drinking. Yeah.
They do go hand in hand, but
No, we will make sure you're safe. That was a promise we made. And Dan is actually a gentleman. I think there is a real love coming there. I really do. I really do. And the date is going to involve mostly we're gonna film the whole thing.
why wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, especially the pillow talk after. Stuff always makes me.
They seem to
cry.
hit it off the bat there.
Yeah, I think so. They're both very
I think
pleasant.
he's a real gentleman too. He's gonna be high on life.
Anyways, we'll get this thing going. It's going to be the romance of the century. This is the new Benifer. This is the new freaking whatever. You know Benifer? You remember
I was too
Benifer?
young for that.
Kev's too young for Benifer.
We're
Anyways,
old now.
this is the Brangelina.
There you go.
This is it. It's going to be Cheesy Dan.
Cheesy Dan.
Okay, so there's only one more guy to talk to. He's been out this since the very beginning of the show. Yeah, I got it. He's our good buddy, the Haitian dwarf.
Hi-ho, it's off to bed we go.
Your pretty face I will disgrace.
Hi-ho, hi-ho. Hello.
Did we do that one before?
What did he say?
Your pretty face I will disgrace.
No, that's a new one. That's
a new
fresh.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't know if I had reused that.
Nailed it.
Anyhow, the Haitian dwarf and I have been kind of going back and forth, he started making some jokes against my heritage, which I felt was beneath me to do. I wouldn't stoop so low as to do that to the Haitian dwarf. And then he made it personal. The next week, it wasn't about my heritage. It was about me. It was about Pete Van Dyke. He made it personal. And I'm like, well, that's different. That's an attack towards me personally. I can attack back to the Haitian dwarf personally. The Haitian dwarf was attacked personally last week, and our method of attack was old jokes. That's what we decided to do, because he used a dumb old woodpecker joke on me, and I decided to go give him a whole bunch of old ones, refreshed them, made them about the Haitian dwarf, specifically that gentleman. Anyways, just to catch everyone up, now he gives us some feedback on iTunes, and he says, wow. He entitles this one, wow. Just wow. 5 stars still, though. 5 stars. He says, you must really hate black people.
Oh, wow. What?
Even after all we've done for your family over the years. Which I don't even know what he's talking about there, because I don't see color.
Yeah, we don't look at it in that light.
Yeah. So I probably have had a number of kind people that have all sorts of shapes and sizes and colors and creeds and et cetera that have helped me out over the years. I don't know what you're talking about, Eastendorf, but how you got from that to that last week, what I did, that I hate black people, is ridiculous. Those were jokes that were directed directly at you as a person, Haitian Dwarf, you as a person, because of what you did attacking me with that woodpecker joke. Dave, you look at me like I'm looking at you all the time, because I'm looking at you because I think you're somehow don't agree with me.
I just don't know what's going to come out of your mouth next.
Anyways, I'm just saying, you remember that Simone guy at the beginning of feedback? He was he was a nice guy, right? He didn't accuse me of being racist, and make some insinuation about my family, motherfucking Haitian dwarf. It's been with us since the very beginning. If you guys would like to give us feedback, you can do it. Oh, you can give us an email at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com. You can give us.
God, it was coming.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't even.
That one stung.
That one stung me right in the head. I don't feel so good.
Ouchie.
Ouchie. Anyways, all the socials and stuff, Dutch Hall or Live from the Dutch Hall, you'll find us.
Just do it.
Do's it. And the one thing that I have to tell you, it's a big announcement, but I'm going to do it once we get our guests. I'm going to make the announcement once we introduce our guests. Have we done everything we need to do for that? We had all the business out of the way, right? Mm-hmm. That was it. Get rid of this shit. Okay. Tonight's guest has come to us. He's not just a stranger to this show. This guy's been on the show multiple times. He's been the reason that we're a huge success in Italy. I'll have you know. It is true. I don't know why they love you in Italy, but he's the former star of the hit global reality show, The Right Hand. He's also a multiple-time guest live from the Dutch Hall. Please welcome back to the show, comedian Brandon MacIntosh.
Hey!
Hey, Brandon, did you get cookies? Bring them right on the couch. Put them right on the couch. Enjoy it.
Trying not to get crumbs on your couch here.
Oh, that's okay. That couch is filthy. You probably got something now just sitting on it. Oh, you did? Kevlar's vacuuming.
That's good.
Yeah, it makes it really livable in here.
That's nice.
Yeah, because if we didn't have Kev, it would be gross. Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, I that's why I'm like, we're pretty sloppy as a group. Let's get someone with OCD. So Kev worked out perfect. Anyways, Brandon, we sent you away probably a year ago.
Yeah, sent me on a journey.
And before that time, I can't remember. Were you a well-traveled guy? Like, had you been many places?
Yeah, I've been fairly well-traveled, but just I've never been on the other side of the world before.
So this was the furthest you went, of course. I think.
Yeah, this is as far as I've been.
Where was the most exotic you've been prior to this?
Whew, I don't know, the Caribbean.
Yeah, right. So you stayed within the North America kind of boundary, you know?
Yeah.
So you never been to Europe?
Never been to Europe.
So you this time. So tell us where you went.
So I've been in Australia for the last year,
And
and just went and worked there, lived there, just because, I guess.
did you go to other countries as well when you were over there?
Oh yeah, we went out to New Zealand and Bali and Hawaii, and just kind of saw that side of the world. It was good.
Yeah. It's a lot of
It was
water.
a good trip. Yeah.
What was the main thing that struck you as being different about them versus us?
Australia and Canada.
Yeah, Australia and Canada specifically, yeah.
I found a lot more that we had in common.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like way more. They're just like kind of goofy, friendly people.
Yeah.
They're pretty chill about things, and they have rednecks too. They're just called bogans.
Bogans are rednecks?
Bogans, yeah.
Where's that come from? Do you know the word?
I don't know.
Bogan.
Where do rednecks come from?
They're outside all the time and doing land work and stuff, so they've got like red necks from
Sunburn.
Fair enough.
sunburned necks. I think that's what it's from.
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's what my dad always had a red neck.
No, they always have they have a lot of weird names for things, weird words for things, and they just add like an O or a Y to any word, just like doggo, get in my car-o. They just abbreviate things for no reason. And, yeah.
Did you meet Aboriginal people?
Yeah, I've met a few there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never even seen one in real life before.
An Australian Aborigine?
Yeah.
Or just like a Canadian one?
No, I've seen Canadian Aboriginal people. An Australian Aborigines people. They look different, right? They're different than they don't look like American Native Americans. They look more like
No, they live like they live off the land. They're pretty hardcore.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the ones that are left? Are they like our natives here? Like, do they
A
have
little bit.
reserves and stuff, or is it
Yeah, kind of. It's probably a similar situation.
where they're oppressed and treated like shit, or where they were there first and then they got killed?
I know they.
All
Yeah,
that.
I know they never really got good. Like it. Like even up until the 70s, they were still considered under the list of like fauna. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like Australian wildlife is just like
This
the
human.
Aborigines.
That's a tough one, eh?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty recent. You know, Canada was pretty. We think we're so great, eh? But I went to the museum with my kids in Ottawa, and I was really impressed because in Ottawa they said they had in the museum that you could that all the shitty things we did were in our museum of history. Like in the States, when you go to their museum, they don't say the shitty things they do. They say the good things they do, right? But in ours, they said, like, we didn't even let Jews in this country until after the Second World War and stuff like that. Like, you used to have to pay a tax if you were Chinese to get in here. Like, that's what the stuff they're showing in the museum.
Wow.
I was like, come on, throw a few good things our way. Because it made us look really racist when we got through that museum. We don't have a lot to be proud of, really.
I know.
If you dig into any of our histories, right?
Yeah.
Especially Steve's. Woo!
That'll get you.
You do not want to go into a German guy's closet. You know what I'm saying? Right, Steve?
Sure.
Ashy.
How do the Australians feel about Canadians? Are they?
Oh, they like us.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they hear an accent, they're just like, "Oh boy!" Like, just want to be your friend immediately.
Oh, cool.
Ask if you're American, and then find out you're Canadian.
And then like you.
There's always that order.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you meet in New Zealand? I found when I was in Europe that I met the Australian guys, and they seem more American to me, and the New Zealanders seem more Canadian because
Yeah, I'd see that too.
just because they were more the Australians were more like brash and loud.
Yeah, talk a lot.
And the Canadians or the Kiwis were more quiet, and they'd always have to correct everybody to say that we're not Australian, we're from New Zealand, you know? So that was also what they had in common. But they were both drunks, which was always fun to hang out with those guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it the same thing? A lot of drunks?
Yeah, and like the beer percentage is pretty low too, so you have to drink a lot of beer.
Oh yeah?
They drank a lot of like rum and mixer.
Oh yeah.
Like I worked out in the country, so we had a lot of bogans come in there to come out into the bar and stuff, and they either want just like this real watery, shitty lager that they just love,
Yeah.
or it's like a mixer. And if you don't have it, which we didn't, they just like flip out. It's like Okay. There's lots of other booze. We can get you drunk other ways.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like we have
Well,
other
they're
shit-
set in their ways, eh? They like a couple things.
Yeah, it's like we don't have your shitty beer, but we have this shitty beer you can try too. And it's like,
Fuck this.
and I'm sure Canadians are the same way. You know, someone doesn't have like blue at the bar,
Oh, yeah.
get all pissy.
If they don't have OV at Swazi's, there's a fucking riot, man.
Yeah.
Right? In Waterford, Dave?
Yeah, they go on strike.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to England for 4 months when I was 21, like to go to a semester of school there.
Yeah.
And before that, I was a bit of I would say, a drunk, huh? We would spend all my disposable income on alcohol.
That's accurate.
That's probably what a drunk would do. Yeah.
And so Charters and me would do that. We both would go to this place, Swazi's in Waterford, and drink all the booze there. And I used to like to eat a pound of Bundy chicken wings and have a couple of 50s at the time. That was my favorite thing. So when I came back from England, I was really excited about going to Swazi's and having a pound of Bundy chicken wings and an ice cold 50. And so I asked the waitress at the time, Barb, remember?
Well, I remember it well.
I go, Barb, can we have can I have my regular? And she says, what is your regular, Pete? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, what? And then she says, I go, a pound of Bundy wings and ice cold 50, Barb? Good gracious. And she says, we haven't served 50 in months. Stop stocking it. So me and Charters were the only reason that they.
Yeah,
and then when I left, you
true.
stopped drinking 50, huh?
Yeah.
Or stopped drinking because you had no friends.
Yeah,
He
just
only had
drank
one
alone.
friend.
Drank alone in my closet.
It was me.
That's true though. They had the cooler behind the bar at Swazi's. This was like a glass front, so you can see the beer in it. And there's with 2 doors, and one door, top to bottom, OV.
OV, yeah.
And then the other door is like 12 different beers of like 4 of each. That's it.
Yeah. I remember Seaforth was Molson Golden and Brantford's Crystal. And, like
Or it was in 1992.
Yeah, you don't think it's Crystal anymore?
I don't think
Maybe.
Do you?
Probably in select locations.
I'd say Delhi. If I had to
Eagle
get one for
Place.
Delhi, I'd go Bush Light.
Bush Light, 100%.
Bush Light Delhi.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a Bogan beer.
Bush Light.
Yeah.
Bush Light?
Light
Oh, fuck
beer.
I don't
yeah.
think I ever saw Bush out there.
No, I'm saying it's a Bogan beer as far as our Bogans drink it.
Yes, our Bogans.
Totally.
Not that Mike's a Bogan.
No. Fair
You're
enough.
borderline.
Our
He's a
Bogans are
borderline
different,
Bogan.
yeah.
Fair
Our
enough.
Bogans are super sunburnt in Australia. Like when they're 40, they look like they're 60. Just
Oh yeah.
sun's
Just
hit
weathered?
hard. They
Like-
have a lot
like,
of awesome, they can have awesome cowboy hats sometimes, short shorts, bare feet a lot.
Really?
Bare feet culture is like a huge thing in Australia. Like you just go to a mall and you see like a whole family with like bare feet.
Really?
Just like
Really?
Like they had to they left the house with no shoes. They got in a car, they drove to a mall. But it was like mostly just dudes. It's like they have the rule there: no shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh
But it was
man.
weird to see. Just
Did you do it? Did you go barefoot or did it skeeve you?
not like in the mall and shit like that.
No, it's weird, right?
Yeah. Like it was so common. Like you see it in Canada, it's definitely a homeless person, right?
Yeah.
Like Australia, it would just could be the mayor. Like you don't know. Could be anybody.
You know, like oh shit, shoes. My brain just fried. Shoes,
Malls.
moms.
Shoes.
Oh, you know how Americans they'll leave their shoes on in the house. Did you know that? And,
Yeah.
and then
it's like
they-
the exact opposite.
yeah, and they say, well, I don't want to put my bare feet on a carpet. It's gross. And I'm like, well, no, if you didn't wear your fucking shoes on the carpet, it wouldn't be
carpet would
gross.
be
The carpet
fine.
would be clean, and your shoes and your feet would be clean.
It didn't make sense. Like it wasn't just like the glass or something on the road, but they have dangerous shit at like foot level that will fuck you up, like bugs, and snakes, and like just you're right there. You're so exposed in Australia. I was afraid to wear flip flops half the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense
There's
to
bare
me.
feet. They're bare feet in the ocean. There's like shells that can kill you just hiding under the sand. Like jellyfish, like size of an eyeball that can just kill you.
Did you get bit by anything or anything?
No.
Did you see anything that could have hurt you?
Oh yeah. No, actually, I got bit by a bull ant. a bull ant. It's just like a tiny little red ant. You'd see them everywhere. This one just like bit my pinky toe, and it was just on fire for like a half hour. I couldn't believe it. Like I've never felt pain like that from an ant.
Why is everything so deadly there?
I know.
I don't know, man. That place is crazy.
It's just designed to kill you.
And they have a whole bunch of shit that they don't have anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Because it's an island, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like the beaches and stuff. Like saw a lot of dolphins.
Yeah.
Like I took a paddleboard out and I tried to go out to where the dolphins were.
Uh-huh.
They didn't seem that far out, so I'm just paddling out, and like sure enough, I like got to meet up with them, and they like swam under the paddleboard, and then I realized I was like a kilometer out, like way out on the water, because the current just took me right there. I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of freaking out, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm not worried because like I've heard dolphins can save humans before. I was like, they'll help me if I like just fall in the water. They'll like take my board in the shore for me. That never happened. They just kept going. They fucked up.
So you just had to work your way back?
Yeah, like it was hard too. I just kept going. Just like my arms are killing me, but
Fucking dolphins let you down, man.
I don't know.
Do you feel worse about it now? Like, did it ruin your opinion of
My
dolphins?
relationship with dolphins are still pretty good.
Okay, thank God.
Goddamn dolphin.
I was worried that was going to be different, Brandon. It changed. You came back just thinking dolphins were cunts, eh? Like, you just couldn't stand them.
God damn it.
I'm pretty much the same Brandon, but those
I
dolphins
say
can
we
go
keep them in captivity, goddamn.
Yeah.
Keep them locked up. You let them go, they're going to tell the others.
Well, what are they going to do with the ones at Marineland?
Sanctuary.
Are they-
You can't let them go. They're smart. They'll tell the other whales what we've been doing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, bullshit. They'll start coming after us.
You pretty much got to, like, say, okay, you guys are free, right? And then you let them out. You let them out on, like, the main street, like
Start
on
flipping
Clifton
our
Hill
boats.
or whatever. You just put them out on Clifton Hill, and you're like, okay, you guys are free. You're not in captivity anymore.
Yeah, go down to Niagara Falls, and we'll see where you end up. You're lake whales now.
Yeah. You got to whack those fucking things, is what I'm saying, because they're going to talk.
Yeah.
They have their own language and human-like vaginas. Did you know that?
What?
Human-like vaginas on a
On a
dolphin?
whale?
No, a dolphin.
On a dolphin. Yeah, that's
It's true. That's what I hear.
fact.
I don't know if it's real.
Pete was an intern at Niagara Falls for a couple years.
Yeah,
That's how he knows.
Marineland. He got fired, yeah.
Yeah. I heard that.
He pulled that fact, though. That's good.
It's the only one. I know the animal vagina that's most like a human woman's,
Yeah.
because a human man's vagina is way different, is a sheep. A sheep. A sheep's vagina and a human's vagina are very similar.
Because the curly hair?
No, it's just a fact. You can just look it up.
Ask a farmer.
You should put that on your phone and go, wait, I'll ask Google. Hey, Google, what vagina of an animal is most like a human's?
My apologies. I don't understand.
What animal has the most human-like vagina? Hey, Google,
Taking some time.
what animal has the most human-like vagina?
I don't understand.
She's so stupid, eh?
I
No
don't
offense,
I
but she
don't
doesn't seem to understand many of my questions. It's a simple fucking question. What animal, everywhere?
Just nonstop after a while.
Just sheep over.
Get up in the hills, yeah.
Did you eat? They eat a lot of sheep?
Yeah.
Did you eat
Lamb.
it?
I eat some lamb.
But not the full-grown mutton?
Just the babies.
I don't know.
You whack
I don't know my sheep.
So fresh.
I like to eat babies, yeah. I just like to have them before they've shown any sort of potential at all. I like to get them when they have the most to lose.
Don't want that one. Too mature.
Tougher meat.
Too accomplished. Brandon,
Yeah.
so not only did you go to Australia, New Zealand, you said Bali.
Bali.
Bali is is that their own country?
It's in Indonesia.
It's Indonesia.
Yeah, and it's popular. Like the way we see Cuba, we just go vacation. Australia does that for Bali. They just go down there, go to the resorts, get drunk,
And
go
it-
swimming.
But it's way nicer than like Cuba.
Yeah, it's super nice. Just the culture there it's like a Hindu culture, so everyone's super laid back. It's all like cause they all just believe in karma, so everyone's just extra nice.
Right.
And like temples everywhere, everything's super cheap. Just dogs everywhere, monkeys.
Monkeys?
Monkeys were fun.
Yeah. You don't get that here in Canada. No monkeys. You
Squirrels are the closest thing we got, I guess.
Not here. You'll see if you spend some time here at Spiky Bell Studios, Brandon. We have high school kids.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are just like monkeys. The one kid was swinging on my cedar tree just as I was driving into work. Yeah. I called them monkeys too, and it said the F word quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Hanging out on the porch? They weren't hanging out on the porch, were they?
They were hanging out on the front steps. I call them front step monkeys.
Yeah.
Much better.
No, it was. See, that's just high school kids. They're rotten. Yeah. Anyways, guess what?
What?
Last week, they fucked me over. Those high school kids were wrecking my shit, and so I was putting out the garbage, and I found the one kid's weed, and then I smoked
it. Yeah.
Not all of it, just a little bit, and then I told everybody else on air that where he hid his weed, so they could steal it and stuff.
This is gone pretty quickly, or what?
Yep, it's gone. The whole bag and everything.
Treasure hunt.
Immediately gone. I suspect my brother. I think it was he left the show as soon as I told him.
Just tip the garbage can off.
I'm sure we can come up with some good pranks on these high school kids.
We have to figure something out, man. Seriously, we have to get them back without... But the thing is, we can figure it out one year, and then they're gone, and there's a new crop of assholes in the next year,
And
right?
you have more fun pranking them again. Yeah.
We got to get down to a system where we can get them early in the season. Like, I think this year's crop's almost too far gone. We can't even do anything with them anymore. Do you think?
I don't know.
They only got like
water balloons. I don't know.
He went really crazy there.
Yeah.
Slow down, Brandon. We're not going to go water balloons. We're going to have to hop.
Gotta be careful.
Let's start out with a bag of shit.
Oh, okay.
Burning bag of shit?
Yeah.
We can throw it from the top. Hey, you know what we can do?
What?
You know that bell that's in our bell tower? Throw that fucking thing at him. It's heavy as shit.
Oh.
That'll probably kill him.
That'll probably kill somebody. Yeah. That'll
Even get a couple of
That'll
them.
do something.
That'll show him.
Yeah, that'll show him.
You gotta mark the ground first, like don't stand here, danger, just to make it fair.
It's like the Bugs Bunny anvil thing. Except they don't come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what you say. Birdseed? Is that what you do? Anyways, Brandon, I have to ask you one question.
Yeah.
The most profound question to end the show, right?
Yeah.
You were sent with a mission to live life so that other people don't have to, right? So you did it. You traveled the world. You went and saw what you could see, right?
Yeah.
You did something that most people could only dream of, and you did it, my friend. So now you're back, and you've done all that
Back in
stuff.
Canada.
What are you going to tell the people? What's the main thing you learned from going around the world? What is the main takeaway from your experience?
Oh.
That's a big one.
That's hard.
I know.
And yeah, like I just got home. Still have to wrap my head around all that.
You haven't even hasn't even sunk in what you've done. Eh?
Yeah.
But what's the thing when you came back? Did you have things that you came back and you're like, oh, I missed that? Or there was things when you came back and you're like, because you being a year away, it's not too long, but it's long enough to know you get used to things being gone. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Time works differently too when you're going travel somewhere different because everything's new every day.
Right.
Even if like it does get repetitive, like you still realize you're like, oh fuck, there's cockatoos flying around, and like I get to see wallabies every day. I'm like,
what's a wallaby?
It's like a small kangaroo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
didn't get the big ones.
Oh no. Hey, Charters, remember, like Dave's like where he is now, like when he's here in Canada.
Yeah.
He's like a master of industry and stuff, and he's like really a big deal. Like people get really impressed by him. Like, woo, there he is, Charters. And then so like you'd think he'd be like super happy and like all that, but look at him, he's miserable. And that's because it sucks being like this. If he goes to another country, like let's
just
say
go to
he
Southeast Asia, live in a hut on the beach.
yeah,
Love it.
he would live in squalor. You live in a pile of garbage there, right? and you would be the happiest guy in the world for real, and you're nothing more than a hobo with banana peels all over your face, right?
Slippery.
But still, you'd be happy as hell, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the main takeaway, Brandon. How about that?
Yeah. You learn more about the world, and the world learns more about you.
You see, Dave? It all come together. Nice show, Brandon. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Guys, if you like this program, I don't know what's wrong with you. But you can tell your friends or give us some feedback. Tell us what we can do better. Also, one announcement that I promised I would make. The show, we're doing a comedy show on June 22nd, but it is not open to the general public. It is no longer open to the general public. It is invitation only as a thank you to our shareholders of Live from the Dutch Hall, as well as to anyone who helped make our spring stand-up series a success. We'll be contacting you individually over the next week. If you feel you meet either one of those categories and haven't received a message from us, you better give us a message at livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com because we forgot you somehow. But we will be getting in touch with you. Until next week, we will see you, NT. See you next Thursday.
I know, that was nice of you. I noticed that. 10 seconds, David.